Okay, first thing you need to do is find a spot on your book to write your name with your pencil. Find a spot on the front of your book to write your name. And who can tell me the title of this story? What's the title of this story? It's about frogs, but what's the title? Do you see the title at the top? And mine's red. It says, sound it out. B-R-A-D. Brad and Cris. Cris. Brad and Cris. What is Brad and Cris? Those sound like names to me, right? Okay. So I think that maybe one of these frogs' name is Brad. And one of these frogs' name is Cris. Okay. But let's look at the bottom. And with your highlighter, what do we need to highlight at the bottom? Is, oh, I see is 2 times. And I see one more. Has. Yes, it has. Oh, and there's one in the title, too, if you want to go back up to the top. Do you see the sight word in the title? And, yeah. It's by Teresa Bashan, illustrated by Marcia Winborn. So what does, if it says it's by that person, what did they do? They wrote the story. Good. And if it's illustrated by Marcia Winborn, what did she do? Illustrated means drew the, yeah, drew the pictures. Now, is that a real frog? Is that a real frog? It's not a photograph. So this probably is going to be fiction, but I don't know if it's realistic or fantasy yet. Okay? This week, we're looking for those words that have an R blend at the beginning. See how it says Brad and Cris and frog? We don't need to highlight those or anything, but just be wary. Notice those when we read them. They're easy to sound out. Brad. Okay? Our words are just getting a little bit longer. Now, so at the bottom with my pencil, okay, I'm going to underline the ending S on the word dot. The root word or the base word was the word dot. They added the ending S to make it mean more than one. Okay, so if you want, we have Brad, frog. What about R-E-D? R-E-D. Good, red. There's Brad. What about T-A-N? What's that spell? Tan. Tan means a type of color. Do you remember what color tan is? Like your skin color, like a light brown, yeah. And we said that word is dots, Brad, red, and tan again. So practice reading those sentences to yourself 2 or 3 times, and we'll come back to read together. If you're at home, press pause, practice reading those sentences, and then press play when you're ready to read together. All right, let's read together. Fingers ready under Brad. We're going to read a Brad frog. Fingers ready, ready, and read. Brad frog is red. Brad has tan dots. Brad is red and tan. So who is this frog? Brad. Let's give him a label. Capital B. That's his name. It has to be capital B-R-A-D. His name is Brad. What 2 colors are Brad? Is Brad? What 2 colors is he? Red. And what color dots does he have? Tan. Yes, tan dots. Okay. Go ahead and open your book to the next page. Get your highlighter ready. This looks like a different kind of frog. This frog has stripes. But let's get our highlighter ready at the bottom. Tell me what I should highlight. I see is 3 times. Can. Do you see can? I don't see can. Not his. Has. I see has 2 times. If you want to highlight no, you can. And. Okay, highlighter's done. Pencils ready. I see a burr and Brad. What does P-A-L spell? That's a word we've had a lot. Pal. Pal. What does pal mean?
A pal.
A friend, yes. Oh, and you were right. I'm sorry. I didn't see this his. There is a his we need to highlight there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Apple is like a friend. And let's sound this one. Cris. Okay? I have Cris frog tan. Cris. Oh, there's an S on the ending of the word dots. There's an S on the ending of the word dots. Cris tan red. So all these words you already know. Go ahead and practice reading this page to yourself. At home, press pause. Read it 2 or 3 times, and when you're ready to read together, press play. Okay, you ready to read together? Let's read together. The first word is Brad. Let's read. Fingers ready. Ready and read. Brad has a pal. His pal is Cris. Cris frog is tan. Cris has no dots. Cris is tan and red. So he doesn't have dots. What does he have? Stripes. And his bottom color is tan. What color is his stripes? Red. Let's give him a label. His name is Cris. Capital C R I S. That's Cris. All right, let's look at the next page. Oh, now they're together on the lily pads. Ooh, what do we need to highlight? Highlighter's ready. It's on a will did not will again. Okay. Highlighter down, pencil ready. Okay. Pencil's ready. What is those marks called when somebody's talking? Quotation marks. Very good. Let's circle those quotation marks. Somebody started talking and then they stopped talking. Somebody started talking and then they stopped talking. I also see some commas, which tells me to pause. Yeah. All right. What about the word if you want to spell? Go say G-O. G-O. What's that word? G-O spell? Go. We have the word trip, Cris, Brad. This is one we had last week. It's a word that comes after quotation marks a lot. It's the word said. What about B-E? What's B-E spell? B. What about F-U-N? Fun. Great. There's that word Brad again. T-E-L-L. What do you think that spells? Tell. Cris. I want you to circle this one's a tricky one. It's the word why. It's a question word like why. Why did you color that red? Okay, why? We're going to learn later when we have a short word, like a 3-letter word like that, the Y at the end of that word always says I. But you don't need to know that yet. We just need to know that that's a tricky word, why. All right, we go trip. Cris, Brad said. Be fun, Brad tell. Cris, and the last word is why. Practice reading this to yourself several times. Press play when you're ready to read together. Okay, let's read together. Make sure when we see that comma that we pause, because I'm going to tell you why in a minute. All right, ready? Fingers ready. Looking for fingers. Under the word we. Fingers ready? Ready and read. We will go on a trip, Cris, Brad said. Now the reason we got to pause at those commas is because if I didn't pause at that, it would say, we will go on a trip, Cris, Brad said. That doesn't make any sense. But if I say, we will go on a trip, Cris, Brad said. Now I know who's talking. Who's talking? Brad. He said Brad said, so he's the one talking. And he said, we're going to go on a trip, Cris. Okay, so Brad is going to take Cris on a trip. Let's look at those next quotation marks under the word it. Fingers ready? It will be fun. Brad did not tell Cris why. Ooh, so he's taking him on a secret trip somewhere. I don't know why. Turn the page. No, it looks like they're dancing, but I think maybe they're jumping like from lily pad to lily pad. Let's look at the bottom. What should I highlight? And on. Yes, that's it. Highlighter down, pencil ready. I see Brad, led, Cris. Brad, Cris. What about H-O-P? What's that spell? Hop. Oh, and there's an ending S on this word. Pads. There's more than one pad. What kind of pads are they talking about? Lily pads. That's right. Hop, comma, hop, exclamation mark. Hop, comma, hop, comma, hop, exclamation mark. And make sure you take a little pause at those commas. All right, go ahead, read this page quietly to yourself. All right, fingers ready. Let's read together under the word Brad. Let's start with Brad. Fingers ready, waiting on fingers. Waiting on fingers, fingers ready, ready, and read. Brad, led, Cris. Brad and Cris hop on pads. Hop, 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 hop. What does it mean that Brad led him? What does that mean? Brad led him.
That means let him.
He was in the front. He was being the leader. He said, follow me. So he's leading Cris somewhere. Okay, look at the highlighters ready. Looks like they're still hopping on lily pads. Highlighter ready. What do I need to highlight? Can. Get. And. Not. And not. Good. Okay. All right, what does W-E spell? We. Oh, this is that word in math that we put a box around. Do you remember? Some. Very good. That's the word in math that we like to put a box around. Okay. Then they put an ending S on the word bugs. Underline that ending S so we don't forget to say it when we get to the word bugs. They made that a plural. That means more than one noun. They put an ending S on the word grubs. Grubs. You know what grubs are? What are grubs? Do you know what grubs are?
They're like worms.
They're like worms. They're like baby insects. Before insects turn into real insects, they look like little worms. The baby insects are like worms. I see a question mark. This word comes after quotation marks. It's the word said Cris. Not yet. Said Brad. Not yet. I see some quotation marks we need to circle. Quotation means somebody is talking, comma, comma, comma. Quotation, quotation.
Means someone's not talking.
Okay, great job. Press pause and read this 2 or 3 times to yourself and then press play. Okay, fingers ready under the word can. Somebody's talking here. Let's read it. Fingers ready, ready, and read. Can we get some bugs and grubs? Said Cris. Not yet, said Brad. Not yet. So what does not yet mean? Can you tell somebody not yet? Does it mean never, ever, ever? No, it means just not right now, right? So what does Cris want to get? Grubs and bugs. Yeah, he wants to get grubs and bugs. Let's see if they get some grubs and bugs. Turn the page. Ooh, they got them. What should I highlight at the bottom? I see nothing. Pencil's ready. Why do I like to draw eyeballs in those O's? It's the word look. You're right. I see quotation mark, comma, exclamation mark, Quotation mark. Whoa, that's a crazy sentence. Someone must be really excited in that sentence. Okay. Look, Brad, Cris said. Okay, there's that word said. I see quotation marks, the ending S and a comma. Quotation marks, the ending S and a comma. Then at the bottom I see ending S, comma, ending S, exclamation. Ending S, comma, ending S, comma, ending S, exclamation mark. And then exclamation mark, quotation mark. Ooh, lots and lots of marks on this page. All right, press pause. Take your time reading this to yourself at least 2 or 3 times. Okay, fingers ready, and let's read under that word look. Ready and read. Look, Brad, Cris said, bugs, 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 grubs, 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 yum. So, would you be happy if your friend took you to eat some bugs? Probably not, but why is Brad and Cris happy? Why are they happy though? Because they're frogs and that's what frogs eat. Now, I know now that these are not real frogs and that this is a fantasy story. Do you? Do you know that this is a fantasy story? What were the frogs doing in this story that made you know it was fantasy? Talking. Do frogs really talk? No. Could that ever really happen? No. So that was what makes it a fantasy story. Do you think that maybe we were supposed to learn a lesson in this story? I don't think so. There wasn't really any problem in this story either. They just told us about 2 frogs, and then what happened? Where did Cris take Brad?
To the west of the land.
Yeah, but he took him to go find what?
Food.
Food. That's right. Good. Okay, at your house, what can you do with this book?
Read it.
Read it to your mom and dad, and then your mom and dad can tell your teacher how many books you read, and you can win prizes. I don't know about that. Okay, we're going to read it again here at school. If you're at home, practice reading it, the whole book, 2 or 3 times before you send a video of yourself reading to your teacher.